And then the Mars in the ninth house, that was good. And the second house is not too bad. It brings this like soft, slow type of energy within a relationship, intimacy wise, or even in battles. No one's probably being real aggressive within battles. If they have like a friendly battle, I wouldn't doubt they have that in their relationship because everybody's battling each other, no matter how you try to see it. But they're being in the ninth house and the second house, they will probably have like a battle of the mind with the ninth house. Also with the second house, battle of the mind with financial talks and stuff. So that's good. I think that's a good placement for their Mars. And then Denzel Washington and Paulita. They got Jupiter in Aries and then Jupiter in the fifth house, which is good. It's two fire signs, two fire houses, which helps each other, grasp the reality and shoot in a fast pace to financial freedom, stability, which I feel like that's what they bring. From my point of view, watching as a supporter or just an individual looking at the chart and stuff. And then they got Saturn in the fifth house and the 12th house. I think Saturn in the 12th house is a good placement when you're in a romantic partnership, just because it kind of taints. It helps taint probably all this 12th house too. And the Sun, the Mercury, and the Venus. I wouldn't doubt somebody, feels like they have to, whoever's in the 12th house, because I don't understand the planet B and house A. It kind of mixes me up. I don't feel like I know that both get affected from the house placements. Regardless, it affects both of them. So you might as well just go off of it being in the same houses, fluctuating from each other. But anyway, 12th house Saturn is probably good, and 5th house Saturn too. It probably leaves out like that multiple counterparts, then we're together, energy within a marriage and a relationship that no one wants to, experience. Most people, if you want to have an intimate one-on-one platonic relationship. So that's good. And 12th house too, being in Saturn, is good. And then I never really got to, understand Uranus and Neptune. I really don't get their points of their planets, but one day I might get into it and go forward with that. But until then, Pluto in the second house, so it could be some dark conversations about money and financial stability sometimes. Or it could be friendly communication amongst it, with the second house being right there, and then 11th house, which the 11 sign number goes up to 2. So that's an equal kind of energy within, even if it was probably some demonic communication about stability. Maybe they meet each other halfway and agree with that thought process. And then the North Node being in the 6th house and the 6th house. I remember I was looking at this one boy that I was cool with for a while. His North Node was in the 6th house, so that's Virgo. And from my point of view, looking at that, I feel like that's a great placement for your North Node to be in, because that's what the world really is, 6. It kind of gives a 6 effect because it's day-to-day activities, day-to-day lifestyle, day-to-day getting together, day-to-day organization. And since their relationship lasted this long, Denzel and Paulitte's marriage lasted so long. They've been together since 1983. So if they lasted this long, I wouldn't doubt that both of them being in the 6th house and the North Node helps them tremendously. How do you say that word? In I don't know how to say that word, but in a humongous way. Then they got Lilith in the 5th house and the 8th house. Now, Lilith in the 5th house and 8th house, I could see like maybe someone has, an uncomfortable setting around probably intimate partners from the past, or even like the way they was raised from the past. They try to, beat the past that they came from and try to build a better like lifestyle for the children they have now. Also with Scorpio too, somebody could have, been through sexual ties with people that they, regret. Because like I said, these Denzel Washington and his wife Paulette met in, greater age. So, or maybe they knew each other prior to and they came back together and when they got a little bit older, after having a lot of, karmic cycles with others or things. I wouldn't know, but Scorpio is always connected to debate, sexual sins and sexual ties and death and rebirths. And Leo is connected to like family gatherings, stuff like that. So just topics around those could be like dark and kind of saddening to talk about, or something about a father figure on both sides, with the fifth house and the eighth house being in there. And then the Chiron with relationships, probably talking about parents' relationships and what they seen going on, or just family relationships around them. In the third house, that's siblings, probably conversations, or siblings feeling like there's one of their siblings are in karmic ties, or not having the best outcome with siblings, or people in their community as well. Then his rising in MC's squared, and hers is squared too. So that probably helps a lot with them having that individual understanding of square from the MC to the rising. Fortune's in the second house, which makes sense with him being an earth sign. And then her fortune's in Gemini, the third house, which makes sense with her being a Libra. So it kind of fits. And he probably has a great communication style within the relationship with her, being an Aquarius moon. And she probably brings that, Venus energy in the second house because she's a Libra and fortune. And also, I wouldn't doubt, has the more fortunate outcome with finance, and she probably has the more fortunate outcome with communication, and probably helping him understand a lot of stuff going on around him, since she is a feminine energy. But it could go either way.